I related to all of them at some point, but I would probably say, and I keep going back to this, Patrick. And I hate saying that because there's a lot of times when I'm very frustrated with that character. I think his overall development and his overall arc throughout his story very much reminds me of myself and making a bunch of mistakes and being kind of ignorant in many ways, but also kind of looking back and realizing all that and understanding where I am right now is because of all of the things that I went through in the past. But I went through them very differently than he did. I feel like I handled myself better than he did socially, if that makes any sense. I don't like favorite questions. I'm very, very indecisive. Um, I have way too many love songs that are dear to me. This is probably the toughest question, but I think right now it's by Gorillaz and it's called On Melancholy Hill. There's a line in that song that says, "You can't get what you want, but you can get me." And I thought, God, that's so sad. I feel like this person is saying to this other person, like, hey, you can settle for me in a way. I've listened to that song recently and I heard that line again and I looked at it from a completely different point of view. It made me think about like people's needs versus people's wants and how sometimes we can recognize people's needs before they truly understand what they need. Now I look at it like this person's like, hey, I know you want something that is not me, but in the end, I'm gonna be what you need. And it reminds me of my best friend Amanda, who introduced me to that song. So, yeah, I would say that right now. I kind of snapped at my brother and my sister and my dad and my mom. I was home visiting and I was making pizza rolls. I was getting them out of the oven and I dropped them somehow and they fell all over the oven. It was annoying, yeah, sure, and it was frustrating, whatever, but everyone was like, oh, it's okay, just clean it up. And I got so pissed off, I just threw the pan like on the stove and stormed upstairs. But then my mom came upstairs to be like, what is wrong with you? Like, that was not over pizza rolls. And she delved a little deeper and she uncovered something that was truly bothering me and that was the cause for my reaction. I'm not gonna say what it was. It had to do with pizza rolls, but it wasn't about the pizza rolls. I guess what I'm really looking for is, I don't want to say to find my passion again because I know what my passion is. Maybe my motivation to pursue it. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. My motivation to pursue my passion. Hmm. Oh, I would probably say it's the current struggle that I'm in right now, and that is financial struggle. It's really hard when you want to pursue certain things, but you simply don't have the money to do so. And so finding interesting ways around that can be challenging, and I think that's what I'm currently struggling with. Ooh. Honestly, over the last few months, I think the one thing I'm truly grateful for, and I realize I never want to be without, is a sense of humor. I feel like life can be so heavy and challenging at times, like it is for everyone. If I'm not able to laugh about it in some way and find the humor in it, it would just drag me down. The last time I gave in was with somebody, and it had to do with being vulnerable and being open with feelings. Um, and I would say I gave in a sense that I allowed myself to feel a way that I hadn't felt in a very long time. It just kind of reassured me that I'm still capable of opening up and feeling that way. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I would say it probably has to do with being nice. Um, Probably like mistaking my kindness for weakness. Also, like, I've had a few different people on a few different occasions comment on how easy my life looks and how easily things come to me. That is a wild misconception. I don't feel like the things that I have accomplished in my life or overcome are anything that's meaningful anyways has come easily. I had just moved to LA and I started seeing this guy. It was our first date, and it was funny because I wasn't sure if he was like feeling me or not. So we'd come back to my apartment and we were heading up the stairs and he was following me. He came in and we were just standing in my kitchen, and I have these like alphabet magnets on my refrigerator, and we were making like little funny sayings and sentences with the letters. We were doing that for a few minutes, and then it kind of dawned on me like, oh shit, like he wants like a good night kiss. The moment I realized that and I looked over, he looked over at me and he like initiated the kiss. I'm usually the one who initiates things when it comes to relationships or dating. So it was nice to kind of have that happen. The kiss itself was, I mean, for lack of better words, it was like breathtaking. There was like hands up shirts and there was just like passion, and I just felt like this really strong connection with this person. It's funny because it didn't last, like us dating, which is totally fine. But it's kind of weird how you can have a connection so strong in a single moment with someone, and that's all it really has to be. Thus far, like that is my most memorable kiss. Like it gets me like warm just thinking about it.